Have you ever wondered what makes a person truly wise? More importantly, how can you recognize when someone lacks wisdom? According to the legendary psychologist Carl Jung, there are specific traits that define an ignorant, or as some might say, a stupid man. Stick around till the end because you might be surprised by what these 6 signs reveal, not just about others, but about yourself, too. Carl Jung, a pioneer in analytical psychology, believed that the human mind operates through patterns and behaviors that reveal deeper truths. In today's video, we'll explore 6 major signs of a man who lacks wisdom, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness. These insights can help you identify such traits in others and work on improving yourself as well. Each of these 6 signs has deep psychological reasoning behind them. Understanding them not only helps us recognize ignorance in others, but also allows us to reflect on our own actions and decisions. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to cultivate wisdom and avoid these common mistakes. So, let's begin. 1. Lack of self-reflection. A foolish man never takes the time to reflect on his actions. He lives reactively, making the same mistakes over and over again. Instead of questioning his decisions, he blames others for his failures. Carl Jung believed that self-awareness is the first step toward wisdom. If a person never pauses to evaluate their actions, they remain stuck in ignorance. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who refuses to take responsibility for their mistakes? This is a classic example of someone who lacks self-reflection. Self-reflection is crucial for personal growth. When a person refuses to analyze their mistakes, they tend to repeat them. This behavior not only affects personal relationships, but also professional life. Companies and organizations often stress the importance of self-evaluation because it leads to improvement. But an ignorant man sees no need for such efforts. The key to wisdom is asking yourself, what could I have done differently? How can I improve? Those who fail to do this remain stagnant. 2. Overconfidence without knowledge. One of the most dangerous traits of an ignorant person is their tendency to act like they know everything. Jung emphasized that true wisdom comes from knowing how little we actually know. A foolish person speaks with certainty about things they barely understand. For example, have you ever noticed how some people argue confidently about topics they have never researched? Instead of listening and learning, they dismiss facts and insist on their limited viewpoint. Overconfidence often leads to disastrous consequences. History is filled with examples of leaders and decision-makers who ignored expert advice because they believed they knew better. This mindset not only causes personal failures, but can also lead to larger societal issues. A wise person, on the other hand, is always open to learning. They understand that knowledge is infinite, and there is always more to explore. 3. Fear of change. Change is the only constant in life, but a foolish man resists it. He sticks to outdated beliefs and refuses to adapt, even when presented with clear evidence. Jung believed that personal growth requires embracing change and evolving with new experiences. A wise person sees change as an opportunity, while a foolish person sees it as a threat. If someone stubbornly rejects new ideas without consideration, they may be resisting growth. Change can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary for progress. Whether it is in career, relationships, or personal beliefs, adapting to new circumstances is key to success. Many successful individuals and entrepreneurs credit their ability to embrace change as the main reason for their achievements. On the other hand, those who fear change often find themselves left behind. This is why the ability to evolve with time is a crucial sign of intelligence and wisdom. 4. Constant need for validation. A foolish man constantly seeks approval from others. His self-worth depends on external validation, making him easily manipulated. Instead of building inner confidence, he chases popularity and attention. Jung believed that a strong mind is independent of public opinion. People who are desperate for validation often make poor decisions just to please others. Do you know someone who changes their opinions based on who they are talking to? That's a clear sign of insecurity and lack of wisdom. People who constantly seek validation often fall into the trap of people-pleasing. They shape their opinions based on social approval rather than logic or personal values. This behavior not only weakens their individuality, but also makes them easy targets for manipulation. True wisdom comes from self-assurance. A wise person values constructive feedback, but does not rely on approval from others to feel worthy. Lack of emotional control. Emotionally intelligent people understand how to manage their feelings, but a foolish person lets emotions control them. They react impulsively, often making reckless choices based on anger or fear. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of balancing emotions and logic. A wise person knows when to express emotions and when to stay calm. If someone always explodes in anger or panics under pressure, they are likely lacking emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is one of the strongest indicators of success in life. Whether in personal relationships or professional settings, the ability to remain calm and think logically is invaluable. Leaders, for example, must learn how to manage their emotions to make rational decisions. On the other hand, those who let emotions dictate their actions often face unnecessary conflicts and regrets. 6. Rejecting other perspectives. Foolish man refuses to consider different viewpoints. He is closed-minded and unwilling to learn from others. Jung believed that growth comes from exploring diverse perspectives, yet some people only seek opinions that confirm their own biases. For example, if someone immediately dismisses opinions they disagree with without any logical reasoning, they are limiting their intellectual growth. A wise person listens, evaluates, and then forms their own conclusions. Closed-mindedness is one of the biggest barriers to personal and intellectual growth. People who refuse to consider different perspectives often miss out on valuable insights. This not only limits their knowledge, but also affects their ability to connect with others. A truly intelligent person understands that learning is a lifelong process. The more perspectives we explore, the wiser we become. Recognizing these 6 traits in others and in yourself is the first step toward wisdom. No one is perfect, and we all have areas to improve. The key is self-awareness and the willingness to learn and grow. If you find yourself struggling with any of these traits, don't worry. The important thing is to acknowledge them and start working towards self-improvement. So, which of these signs have you noticed in people around you? Or maybe even in yourself? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and share it. It helps more than you think.